When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome everyone to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Arizona State's offense will have the ball first. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. They're going to be the main.
And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, the defense knew they had a huge challenge coming into this one. This running back, one of the top 10 in the nation right now in rushing yards, they're going to have to load the box defensively, and they're going to have to get a lot of hats to the football because he is not easy to bring down.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here we go. Wide receiver comes in motion. To throw, it's Williamson. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on third down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The LSU Tigers
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Just feeds the running back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short.
Was all over. They know third down, the quarterback could be a viable threat in the run game. Played physical, played close to the line of scrimmage, made the big stop.
They booted away. He'll field the punt, trying to make a big play. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. The lone back's got it. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Williamson. Unloads to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Booker. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got it in the middle. It's Reeves. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Sun Devils come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Fires to the big fella. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Oh, he's able to get it back and saves himself a rear end chewing. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The give to the tailback. Finds him in the open. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physical. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
They'll give it to him again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Soften him up with a run. Now to throw. Fires to the tight end. He almost got a first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Tigers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Makes the grab past the marker. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Turning it on! They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Jocelyn. Under fire. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get in the football. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush. But with his speed, his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless meticulous and moving the ball methodically down the field. Dropping back, it's Jocelyn. Bringing the heat. He's pulled down after a tough one, gets it to the 6.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All of the D-line, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. You just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
Nestled just inside that right upright. And with the field goal, we're tied here in the 2nd quarter. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. You just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time, so let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
And the Sun Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
But they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Looking downfield, it's Williamson. Caught near the sidelines, will pick up a few before going out of bounds. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, dude.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Arizona State! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they knock through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Boise State is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Chris Peterson, this has not been a blowout today on the Smurf turf. They're up by just 2 over Houston. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates we'll see here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Jocelyn. This time he's got his man. Oh, what a cut! Still running at the 40. Wide open on the right. Past the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he knocked that one right down the middle. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the 2nd. they're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
And the Sun Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Finds a tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
That's caught. It's Gentry. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Sun Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Motion from the wideout. To the ground with the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Scanning the field, it's Jocelyn. Got his man. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. This time it's complete. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Let's go. Let's go. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Absolutely center cut. And now they regain the lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And yes, football
Sun Devils will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Lowers those pads. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark.
On the set. 3:25.
Holder finds his man on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. A 3-yard pickup gets it out to the 28. It's 2nd and 7. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Sun Devils will punt it away on 4th down. And the returner will be dragged down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wants to throw. It's Jocelyn. Here's a heat. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The play action fake. Right down the middle. He's got it. At the 45 on its way. Flying down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown Tigers. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Florida State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Doak Campbell Stadium, one of the more special places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Illinois. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
The Sun Devils can really attack on this second and short. Looking downfield, it's Williamson. Snagged out of the air. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
To the air on 2nd down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives live? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gotten out everybody right now on the same page.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. Hit as he throws. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Jocelyn. Here's the pressure. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. 3rd and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown LSU! And the beatdown has ensued.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. And talking to them, they felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scared.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
They go right back to it. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Gets the back moving. Back to throw. It's Williamson. He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Cricket.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He'll throw it. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field.
Here we go.
Wide receiver going in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll send the back in motion. Leaves it with the back. And how about that play by that LSU has the lead here, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
LSU lining up 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown LSU. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Really nice job on the offense. Hey, man, trust your guys, right? We got all these analytics on 4th down, said it, go for it. They trust their quarterback. He gets it done with the completion and gets the big 1st down.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Unloads quickly. All by himself down the middle. That's ready. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. The 40. Past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense takes matters into its own hands. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The away team is hanging in there, but they're going to need something to break their way, and soon. They're up by a field goal over Indiana. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game is going.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Gives it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. And the Sun Devils have it with a first and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one. The Sun Devils are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Defense might bring the house here. Off the play fake. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick release by the QB. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this.